Happy holidays, everybody. It is your Colonial Champion, Sean McCarty, here with dramatically awkward pauses that make you think I glitched out. But I didn't, because here we are. Happy holidays, everybody. I've got an extremely long elf hat with ears and a French Joy to the World shirt to celebrate the holidays with each and every one of you, no matter what you celebrate. It is a time for festivity, whether it feels like we should have festivity or we shouldn't have festivity. What we do have is a match of the week. So, ridiculousness aside, as I almost feel like I should also have my wrestling gimmick on top of this. But as the Colonial Champion, we're going to watch, this match, as I once again have forgotten to put the link. So here, as we go through every year and every week, we are going to casually forget and remember to set, let's see, do I not have it here? Ah, here it is. Hold on 1 minute. All right, shut that down. Now we're going to bring this back around. Here we go. Sorry, folks. That should do it. Come on now. Bam. Okay. Now that you all have the match, it is the barbed wire Christmas tree Silent Night, Bloody Night match from 2007. It is Abyss versus Black Rain, also known as Dustin Rhodes, versus Relic, which is Killer spelled backwards, by the way, versus Shark Boy in a barbed wire Christmas tree match. And if you think that this is a ridiculous garbage hardcore match, you would be right, because it's 2007 TNA. This originally happened on December 20th, 2007. A lot of things happening here. We're going to see a clip at the beginning of this because I had to watch this. Breaking the fourth wall, I had to watch this yesterday because I thought I was going to be recording yesterday the Court Martial podcast, the actual CMP, which I'll talk about in a minute, which of course is airing on Friday, but I did not get the chance to do that yesterday. So I ended up watching this match already. So it's still kind of fresh in my mind, and it's pretty bad. It's a pretty garbage match, but we're going to go through it anyway. We're going to watch each and every step of the way, every piece of this. Now, for some people, they're going to love this match because it's a bunch of ridiculous, just hitting everybody. I don't even think there's much blood in this, to tell you the truth. I don't really think you see much blading, which is weird because it's just a lot of bloody stuff, but without any real blood, if I recall. I mean, but Black Rain, the Dustin Rhodes, it was not a good time for Dustin. He was not in good shape. It was rough. It was rough for Dustin. He has this rat that he carries with him. Abyss, of course, is TNA's crowning big guy achievement. And it's a shame that he never really had anything of a WWE career substance, although he is working for them now. But to me, Abyss was always I always liked Abyss. He was a great wrestler, I thought, or he was a good wrestler. I shouldn't say he was a great wrestler. He was a good wrestler for his size. He knew how to maximize on his size and when not to sell. I thought he was good with that. Of course, he took a little too much of a liking to the hardcore stuff, but at the end of the day, he got his niche, and he did a good job for himself. He had himself a hell of a career, and you can't knock that. You can't take that away from him. As for Relic, I'm looking over at the screen here because I'm looking at the description of Impact, so if it looks like I'm being all like shifty-eyed, it's because this is my information center. Relic is Killer spelled backwards, in case you guys didn't know that. And Shark Boy is interesting because everything up to 2008 Shark Boy is fun because Shark Boy is a good character, good gimmick. And then they made him do Steve Austin, and some people loved it, and some people just were reminded of Steve Austin. And I was more in the latter category, and I would have rather Shark Boy been Shark Boy. That's just my opinion. But we got Black Rain, Relic, Shark Boy, and Abyss. And Shark Boy, who's beaten up in this, he's just the weirdest fourth. Because Relic, you can kind of see he's like the dark guy. And I guess he's part team with Black Rain, who's also the dark guy. And then they're taking on Abyss, who's the dark guy, but he's a little more hardcore than them. So we're going to give this match a watch. For those of you who do not have the link or can't get it on the Court Martial podcast comment that I put on the live chat, the name of this video is Barbed Wire Christmas Tree Full Match Silent Night, Bloody Night Impact Wrestling full matches from, you guessed it, Impact Wrestling. Just a little programming note before we get started watching this match. We are going to postpone our TLC review until next week because I have not had the chance to watch it. And I'm going to have the chance to watch it after this point, but we're not going to get the time to review it just because of scheduling conflicts. So we're going to review TLC next week. But what we're going to do this week is we're going to do our end of the year awards. So we're going to have a whole list of categories that Skylar has picked out, and he will be joining us in Grammar Note form, which is an alternate persona. It's Grammar Note Sky. We are going to be seeing a different version of Sky, as I will be reading his best and worst of list, as well as adding my own contributions. So we're gonna have a really fun end of the year awards, slammies of our own, so to speak. Maybe I'll come up with a good name for our awards. But we're gonna dole them out, and I'm gonna be the presenter of every award, and or disgrace, depending on what version we're talking about. But I will be part of that. I will be doing that as well. So stay tuned for that. That's on Friday. Then next week is the TLC review. And if you want a preemptive view of my opinions of TLC, then check out Totally Awesome Wrestling, TAW Gaming, the TAP Totally Awesome podcast review of TLC that Josh again and myself are going to put together, which we're going to do. And we're going to have that ready probably this Friday, I'd imagine. But I will put the link in the description as soon as it's out. So you'll see it here. So if you're watching this here, I will also put it in the description of the CMP for this week. Or you can stay tuned and hear what Skylar and I have to say, because I may revise some things from my initial watch into my second watch, because I'm going to try and watch it again and see if I can add some new things to the table when I talk to Sky. So we will see what goes on there. But for now, it is the Barbed Wire Christmas Tree, the full match, Silent Night, Bloody Night. Oh boy, if you're ready for this, I'm ready for this. Let's see nothing that was a match and just a whole bunch of random dark side pandemonium and James Mitchell. We're going to start at 000 as we always do. I'll count you down. I don't think we're going to have any ads, but you never know, because these shows tend to have a mind of their own. So here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay. Now, oh yes, this is James Mitchell telling Abyss, "You are foolish for betraying me, because I made you, and I will continue to destroy you now." James Mitchell was a hell of a promo. I always liked. He was very underrated as a manager. What was the secret here of what happened with Abyss? They're like, I have a secret, and Abyss knows the secret.
Now, I told the entire world over a year ago the fact that you sat by and watched your mother shoot your own father. That was just the tip of the iceberg.
His mom shot his dad. But tell the truth.
Are you ready to tell the truth, Chris?
I like how James Mitchell calls him Chris. Oh, Judas Messias. And Judas Messias, excuse me. But man, you want to talk about an underrated wrestler in his career. Judas Messias, also known as Mil Muertes. I want to talk about him more, and we're going to do a spotlight with him, but he seriously needs more acknowledgement as a wrestler. And I don't know why he hasn't gotten it, and he hasn't gotten a really proper shot in anywhere other than like AAA, or I think he's big in AAA and CMLL, but you know, Relic is killer spelled backwards. Oh yeah, and then they were doing this bipolar thing with Black Rain and Dustin. That's killer spelled backwards. I told you. I just hope you were paying attention. I love how many times they reference the fact that it's killer spelled backwards. Oh, here comes Shark Boy. Shark Boy looks so out of place with the rest of these people. But man, he looks hurt. You know, he's got all the injuries, the neck brace. I like how he's wearing a neck brace to the ring, and he's going to compete with the neck brace. And you're going to see how much that all those injuries really really make a difference in what he does. So he's definitely hurting between his leg and his arm and his other leg and his waist and his neck and his fin. He even has his fin patched up. Oh, Black Rain. Poor Dustin. Dustin was so much better than this. But he did not look good at all. And the fact that he was wearing such a wide berthing jacket kind of tells you the shape he's in. I mean, that's a really rough double chin. And it's so nice to see Dustin in his actual state. And then the real star of this match. Sad to say that Dustin as Black Rain is just not a star. But one of the few true stars TNA ever made, Abyss. I always like the fact that TNA at one point knew how to make stars. And so the rules of this match is there are no rules. And you're going to see some ridiculous stuff thrown into the mix here. I even have the referee here. Yeah, get ready for this ring to fill up with a bunch of random garbage. I like how they actually have like a barbed wire Christmas tree in the middle of the ring with a bunch of presents. Presents are full of weapons. Killer's got the black mist. Judas Messias has got the blood coming down his throat. Black Rain's got a rat. And now Shark Boy and Relic just standing in the middle of the ring, opening up presents. And one of the presents is a golf club. A golf club. These four evil, satanic, demonic guys and Shark Boy really want to beat each other up. Let's get a golf club out. TNA, ladies and gentlemen. TNA. And now the golf club. Now, fairly, a swing of a hard golf club into the gut would actually hurt. But really, that's what you're going to lead with? God, these poor guys. Having this match even booked. Yeah, this is definitely just not my style of match anymore. It used to be. I used to like this stuff, but not anymore. Poor Dustin. I mean, you can kind of see why he doesn't want any reference to this anymore. I mean, he's easily in the worst shape. He's already gassed. Yeah, he's in bad shape here. Then the Umaga crash into the corner. Even though I think Abyss was doing it much earlier. Or concurrently, I should say. Super kick by Relic. Now remember, Relic and oh God, that was supposed to be a jumping clothesline. There was very little jump there we are getting an ad. At 5:49. Oh, that's right, because they're the actual okay. Blah blah blah. Thanks, Joe Rogan. Yeah, we'll get right on that. 5:50. Here we go. Back into it. All right. Thankfully, that was only 6 seconds, and that would have gone to. And this was on free TV, folks. And you kind of see why, because I would not want to pay for this. Now, a couple code breakers by Shark Boy, who was in the weirdest position, still covered in all those ridiculous bandages that he's not selling for. Now he's got a spiked hammer. I don't think they ever used that. I think he pulled it out and then just nothing happened. And a pedigree by Dustin Rhodes. And here's Father James Mitchell. Black Rain and Relic teammates at this moment. Oh, and now the tree. Oh, yeah, you got run into the tree. And you know what kind of sucks about this? That wouldn't do any real damage. I mean, it would be very slight in its cut. But honestly, unless you just like forcibly used it on somebody and actually like put the tree onto somebody or slam somebody into it, like really into it, like smushed into it, just being lightly tossed into it is not going to really do much. It'll probably just bounce right off. So that tree, the whole tree is really useless. This whole concept is pretty useless. What is this? Oh, it's a double slingshot facebuster. Relic going for a win. What does a win even do here? There's like, oh, and I feel so bad. Like Dustin's got like no effort. He's not even trying even. Barely. Now double clothesline. By Abyss. Now he pulls out the present he's supposed to open. Of course, barbed wire bat. And wait till you see either everybody's in a mask or wearing face paint. So they made sure that there is literally no juice coming out of this whatsoever. Amazing. Amazing. Oh, they're all being safe about it. But what's the point? They're being safe, but what's the point of violence for the sake of violence? Now Abyss pulling out the tacks. But that's not going to be, this is the cleanest pile of tacks I've ever seen. Very nice and tucked away, nice and tidy. And now let's get the other bag and pour a bunch of sugar glass out. Oh, but let's hit him with a hockey stick first. You know, just to make sure that this gimmick is well dead and buried. Could it be the glass? Because we're all prepared for the glass because he does this every time. And it'd be one thing if this is something that he did in major matches, but against three goons, sorry, Dustin, but against three goons, this is so not necessary. A feeble jump off the top from Shark Boy. This is just bad, man. Oh, here comes a Christmas tree. Here comes the barbed wire tree that Dustin hugs. Grabs and hugs to make it look somewhat like it hurts or something like it would hurt or sell. Here comes James Mitchell, who's chokeslammed Dustin. Now, explain to me how the referee should even bother looking at James Mitchell and paying attention to James Mitchell with all these weapons in the ring. What is James Mitchell's interference really going to do here? What's the difference? The horses left the barn on disqualifications. Here comes Macias again with the blood. He's going to hit him into the tacks and the glass with something of a flatliner, but a jumping flatliner. And that's it. And then the match is over, right? Killer pin Shark Boy after a brainbuster. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's literally it. And I don't even think Relic and Black Rain are even part of James Mitchell's group. I think that's a completely separate group of people. Shark Boy was literally there just to eat the pin. I mean, this is obviously an episode of Impact, but God, that's rough. I don't like totally dumping on a match, but that was bad. That was 2017 bad. I think that's the only way. There's no way around it. It's 2017 But hopefully we will cleanse our palate with some refreshing matchups from TLC. Because I'm sure that Inferno match isn't going to be insulting either. I have no doubt that there's nothing but good things that come out of that Inferno match. But our match of the week to close out the year is going to be a hell of a match of the week. I'm going to come up with a really good one that we really want to see and one that we really enjoy. That's at least the plan, is we're going to come up with a really, really good one to close out the year for next Tuesday. So we're going to get that ready. We're going to get that sorted out. So next Tuesday, really interesting, fun wrestling match of the week. Stay tuned this Friday for our end of the year awards featuring Grammar Notes Sky. Then stay tuned for next week after that for our final episode of 2020. Can't believe we're already here. Can't believe we're at the end of 2020. But we have got one more episode after this week, and that's next week. And next week's episode is, of course, going to be our TLC review, myself and the Bay Area Brawler, Skylar Greenberg. So be ready for that. Until then, that is going to do it for this edition of the Court Martial Podcast Match of the Week. I hope you guys liked this match more than I did, because I did not like this match at all. as hot garbage as TNA at Christmas time with hardcore crap could possibly be. So I don't know what I was expecting, but this is definitely the match that I deserved. So thank you very much for watching. We will see you on Friday, folks. Take care. Have a great holiday, and we will see you next time.